Welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, and the Duke's Mayo Classic. This ought to be a fantastic showdown and just the flavor every college football fan can't wait for. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Seminoles ready to get this thing started and open the season. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Miami's offense will get the first swing of the game. The flash, the style, the swagger, these two really define an era of great college football, and it's always fun to see them square off.
So well put, Reese. I mean, two flashy programs, and when they're rocking, they're rocking. The state of Florida's rocking. Everybody's wanting to go to Miami and Florida State. This is a big one, Palmer.
Yeah, and David, you and I can appreciate this because we were playing back in the day when these two programs really had it rolling. When they had so much NFL talent and speed on the field, it seemed like each and every year. And this was a game that always seemed to determine the national championship picture at the end of the year.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Flips it out in the flat. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will go to work for the first time today. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much they'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
We are accustomed to seeing close, hard-fought games in this series, but last time they met, it was only the Seminoles doing the punching as they knocked out Miami.
Man, and they were throwing haymakers, they were throwing combinations, and Miami had no answer for it. Right from the opening bell, David, Florida State jumped all over.
And you got to brag about it for a year, and it is so sweet. In-state, the state of Florida,
fires a bullet, now it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important that had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Fakes his man out. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
You're feeling really good about that, right? Brand new season, first drive of the year, the juices are flowing, you march the ball down the field. You don't get a touchdown, but at least you come away with 3 points. Very positive start to the year.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Here's the give off the left side. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. This offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Working on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernius Coles, and because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
The throw to the outside is complete. Tackled immediately after the catch.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Quick handoff. Steamrolls his way ahead. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. They'll try to add another to their lead.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The give to the back. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
He's got it. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down and distances, third downs, and having that.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. Touchdown, Canes. And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Let's Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They are up by 7 over Ohio State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Turner. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State center.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to power their way ahead. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
But we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass. Defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
They want to run this quarterback. Good, solid tackle. 4th and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Sometimes turning your nose up at easy points can come back to bite you, but can they make it pay off by converting on 4th down? They'll immediately call timeout. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Trying to pound it in. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Running to the left. You just can't go backwards. There he did, and they swarmed him for a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. On the return, it's Mayo. He's brought down, but a really nice return gets it to the 41. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Makes a connection. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone. A pickup of 5 to the 20. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback checking off. The running back has it. Just ran over it. He's got 59 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now on the move. And you race it to the house. Touchdown Seminoles.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. They're going to test the right side with this one. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
And I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the gun, the running back has it. On the move at the 30. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. He's looking to throw it. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down. The Canes will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Here's the handoff. Just ran him over. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. He's now piled up 68 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Right, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job.
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. He's going to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. It's good. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Looking to the big tight end. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. One more snap coming before halftime. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Noles getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. And the Canes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I will continue to find ways to feature him. And just, yeah, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
They'll try the run. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Snags it down the right side. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. The RPO, fire complete to the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Seminoles have pushed it inside the 20. They'll leave it with him. Just destroying his way through the field. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Strong run there to pick up 4 and get it out to the 7.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Fires to the right. Got his man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On second down, just keeps firing. This time it's complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and to catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Oh, it's a reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The Hurricanes send out the punt unit. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Pounding, pounding, pounding. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The back goes in motion. Throws to the tight end. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips, you know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
They'll go back to the air on second down. And he's going to score. Touchdown, no!
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season, and it took to the second half. But I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season. And this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Trying to find his man on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the play fake. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
A little screen to the running back. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Going up top on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Here comes the offense on second down. Trying play action. Unloads it left. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Miami! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing, they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They're just about to boot it away full of energy after housing that last kickoff. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Fires to the big fella. Runs through a tackle. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a big play. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing right. Finds his man and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. And the Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10. They're going to throw it again. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Right down the middle. Got him, and nobody's close. And he was on his way, and they get him down 30.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
From the gun, the ground game. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Second down coming up. The hand to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Going with the ground game left. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To the ground with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. With jet sweep pass. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. We waited so long to